if I could not talk with this voice. Am I? Yeah. Messing this up. Wait for it.
Oh, no.
Oh, there.
Okay. Why am I hearing that? Oh, I know. Wow. Can I figure out how to do my own shit? My own show? I guess not. Anyway, welcome to the Rational American. Someone was trying to call me. I'm not quite sure. It was probably, a fan. Anyway, welcome to the Rational American. Today's show is, it's Friday. Friday is a good day, right? Because it's over, right? The week is over. We're going to talk about the week's biggest news stories. And my gosh, holy cow. There were a lot of crazy news stories this week. From the raid in Mar-a-Lago to, the raid in Mar-a-Lago. And then the warrant that was released today. That kind of caused heads to explode left and right. If you didn't pay attention, the warrant was released today. But there's some people that believe that Breitbart, who was the first news outlet to report on the warrant or the contents of the warrant, that Breitbart was apparently leaked the documents, the court documents, the unredacted court documents, and then made out the person's name, the FBI agent's name, and released that information to the public, essentially, doxing that FBI agent. We don't know. Nobody actually knows. And I was really surprised that the only person that was commenting that it was Trump that leaked it was some, off the wall Daily Beast contributing attorney, which is just kind of funny in itself. Like if you use Daily Beast in your Twitter description, then you're not a credible source. But that's just me. Who knows? We just live in a weird way. As like always, we are live on TikTok as well. TikTok is completely full of liberals. And the reason why we go to TikTok is because I think we have to. I think it's very important that we do. And here's the thing. People don't have to agree with me. You don't have to like Trump. You don't have to like my policies or my anything. But I want you to listen to it. You know what I mean? I want you to understand it, not necessarily agree. You could be like, well, everything this guy says is crap. But if you understand it and you understand some of the things that I'm saying, then it makes it worth it to go to the platforms that we do. And that's why I've been live streaming to TikTok every week. I try not to look at the chat, and I actually I don't know how I could turn it out. Oh, someone called me a roided out white boy. I mean, thank you. I'm a drug tested athlete. Everyone could check it. It's called openrecords.org. You could check, but that's fine. But then they got racial and said roided out white boy. See, that's TikTok. Unbelievable. But you know what? They're still there. They're listening to me, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, so yeah, if you've been living under a rock, on Monday, the FBI raided Mar-a-Lago, Trump's home, if you didn't know. Nobody really knew initially, and I'm going to try to go in the course of how we've learned about everything over the course of the week. Nobody really knew what they were raiding it for, right? Initially, people thought, it's because of his involvement in January 6th, or the fact that he apparently uses this very special technique called mind control, and was able to, even though he was saying, like, we are the party of law and order and all that stuff, his mind was actually sending signals to all the rioters. And yes, I called them rioters because the people who committed crimes that day were rioting. That's, i.e. rioting, rioters, that's what you would call it. But again, that only goes to the people that were committing crimes. Like, for example, say there's a BLM march, right? And the march is peaceful, but then a small group of people break off and start breaking windows. Are all of the people that were there that day, are they all rioters? And if you would say no to that, then what's different about January 6th? And I know what it is, because you could say, well, they're Trump supporters. That's different. That's why it's different. And no, it's not. Because there's crazy leftists. Remember the leftist, the Bernie Sanders fan that shot up the congressional baseball game? Would people argue that he is a representative of all Bernie Sanders fans? No, you wouldn't, because, well, that would be stupid. And but yet, for some reason, they do it in terms of conservatives. They say, well, if you voted for Trump, then you are an insurrectionist or you are a violent terrorist who storms the Capitol. It doesn't make any sense. It's this like very clear double standard that people on the left seem to have. And that's fine. We'll break them of it eventually with common sense. Eventually common sense will kick in and people will figure it out. Someone said there is a lot more right-wing violence than left-wing. No, there's not. And here's the thing. You only hear about the right-wing violence versus left-wing because the left isn't going to do it. Like, for example, how many people died during the BLM riots in 2020? How many people died? 27. Of those 27, you know how many of them were innocent, weren't even participating in the riot? Like 25. So, including little children and all that stuff. You know how many people have died as a result of right-leaning riots? None. Well, actually, I take that back. Ashley Babbitt, who was murdered by a Capitol Police officer as she tried to go through a window. And here's a real question, and I've said this before, but we have so many people watching on the liberal channels that I figure I'll just do it again. Whatever, it's Friday. What is the difference between Ashley Babbitt being shot, right? Even if you want to say she was committing a crime and going through a window, she was unarmed, right? She was unarmed and she was several feet away from a police officer. What is the difference between her getting shot and killed by police officers versus Rayshard Brooks? Remember who he was, right? Because even if you want to argue that she was committing a crime while breaking through the window, okay, we'll give you that, right? We'll give you that. Even if we say that she was doing that, even though that, evidence and everything is saying something completely different, we won't get into that. We'll leave that to Tuesday. But what is the difference between her and Rayshard Brooks? Rayshard Brooks was the guy that was sitting in a parking lot, right? In Wendy's in Atlanta, Georgia, right? Sitting in a parking lot. He was drunk. He fell asleep behind the wheel. People were honking the horns. They couldn't get him to move. They called the police. Police came, talked to him for 45 minutes. Mind you, there wasn't a crazy riot going on in the background, right? Police tried to talk to him for several times, right? And then after doing sobriety tests, they realized he was drunk, right? And so they attempted to place him under arrest, where he beat the shit out of the two cops, concussed one, tased the other one, and was running away with the taser when he clearly on video turns back with the taser and points it at an officer and discharges that taser. The officer fires a shot, kills him. People rioted, burned down their community, and killed little kids. That's what happened with Rayshard Brooks. He is not, like, people aren't portraying him as some horrible terrorist insurrectionist when he was actually fighting police officers and committing violence against police officers while attempting to get away. Ashley Babbitt, by all accounts, was trying to stop, and everyone can verify this if you'd like. Ashley Babbitt was caught on video trying to stop people from attacking the police officers. She was caught on video attempting to stop the guy that smashed the window with the helmet. She was grabbing him, and in fact, I believe she struck the Trump supporter that smashed that window after the cops left, right? She then looks around on videotape and attempts to jump where all the police are. She attempts to go to the police because the crowd is now crazy and rioting, and she's shot and killed by police. People applaud Lieutenant Michael Byrd, who is the one that shot and killed her when she was unarmed. She was climbing through a window. She was a good 12 feet away from him. So why is it that she is a terrorist, right, and she deserved to be killed, versus Rayshard Brooks, who is essentially, treated as, they have his picture on walls and stuff like that? What is the difference between George Floyd, who was committing a crime? Granted, he wasn't shot, but he was committing a crime, resisting arrest, and then a cop killed him, okay? We're not talking about the cop committed a crime there. Derek Chauvin committed a crime, and he was locked up. He is locked up. What is the difference? A jury found that the response that Derek Chauvin gave to George Floyd was a massive escalation and resulted in George Floyd's death. What is the difference? What is the difference? Someone are saying, the basement again. Okay, look, it's called a fucking drop ceiling. You don't have drop ceilings in basements, but that's okay. And for you guys can't see it, but here's everyone else. Here's the front of my store. Pretty good, right? Main Street, Woodstock, Virginia. Come visit us Labor Day weekend, because we're open to the public then. But it's crazy. I don't understand it. I don't understand, like, And here's the thing, like if you want to say that, you wanted to go out and protest and do all that because police killed an unarmed black person, why aren't they protesting when police kill an unarmed white person? What's the difference? What is the difference? You could say it happens more, which is false. But what is the difference? That's a real question. That is a real question, and I'll never understand it. For the life of me, I'll never understand why people can be so close-minded. Like, here's the thing. Like, if you want to say, well, she was committing a crime, that's fine. But what is the difference between those cases that I just mentioned versus Ashley Babbitt, who was assassinated by a U.S. Capitol Police officer? Someone said she was breaking the law. So you're telling me that when you fight, so here, when you're fighting police, when you attack police officers, are you breaking the law? And if you answer yes to that, then you have to look at the actual facts. She was not attacking police officers. In fact, she was trying to deter violence towards police officers. That is captured on video. Everybody can go and find it. It's very easy. Everybody can go and find what actually happened. Someone said she shouldn't have been in the building. You're right. George Floyd should not have tried to present a fake $20 bill, right? George Floyd shouldn't have been high on drugs. Rashad Brooks shouldn't have been driving drunk. Did he still deserve to die? Did they deserve to die because they committed crimes and they shouldn't have committed those crimes? Someone said she was a threat and they were not trying to deter. She wasn't a threat. You watched the video? So did I. You know who filmed that video? His name is John Sullivan. He lives in Utah. He's charged right now with 7 felonies. Initially, it was 4 felonies for his role in January 6th, right? But then they upped it because he lied to the FBI agents because he was trying to give them knives and all sorts of stuff. And it's caught on video. I actually interviewed him after he was charged by the FBI before his attorneys were like, holy shit, don't go on any shows. And that's on YouTube as well if people want to look it up. Look up John Sullivan, Steve Oatley interview and you'll find it. Because it's really interesting. John Sullivan, who's someone that's on the left, let's not even say Antifa. We won't even say Antifa. He's someone with a left-leaning ideology, the BLM protests and all that stuff. We actually covered John Sullivan before mainstream media, before January 6th, before he was up on the Capitol step or up on the steps in front of the White House saying that they need to drag Trump out of the White House, burn it down. Burn it down. We covered him before that. Why? Because I thought it was an interesting story, how someone becomes radicalized. He was an Olympic trial speed skater, and now he's a terrorist. It's a really interesting story. And I called him a terrorist before he actually was charged with terrorism. And he's not charged with terrorism because they don't do that. He's charged with, storming the Capitol and everything else, just like everything. It's weird. And someone said false man, but someone said, I bet you were there on January 6th. No, I was in Florida, actually. We live streamed the entire thing. We had 3 camera crews there. We're media. That's it, so it's a little bit different. I know you're not used to having media that actually talks cognitively, right? That doesn't follow some narrow focused view. I criticize Republicans just as much as I criticize Democrats. That's not true. Democrats have a lot more to be critical of right now. But so do Republicans. I mean, don't get me wrong. So do Republicans. But people have to pay attention to what is actually going on and all the lies and everything that's being fed to you all the time. And you have to. Because, and here's the thing, if you want to believe and you want to say, well, what I believe is the truth, then you best make sure that what you're saying is truthful. And I find a lot of people are not. And it's not just media, even though we attack the media all the time, right? Because we're independent, they're mainstream, they have big corporate donors, we refuse them. We would be a lot bigger if I accepted every single advertising dollar that came in or that was offered. We would be massive. We just don't do it because we have our own values and we have all the things that we stand for. But I really, for the life of me, I can't understand, like the vitriol that's going on right now in America is unbelievable and it's not going to fade away. Because now you literally have everyone saying, oh, Trump was trying to sell nuclear secrets. No, the fuck he wasn't. You don't know that. Nobody actually knows that. You don't know if he was looking, if they caught nuclear stuff. Nobody even has that information, except the Wall Street Journal is reporting it without naming their sources. So it's not a valid source. That's why a lot of the big mainstream media outlets are citing the Wall Street Journal instead of citing actual sources, because those sources haven't been resolved. We know from the actual warrant in the documents that were released today by the Department of Justice, both the redacted and unredacted ones that were leaked. And everyone that wants to say, well, Donald Trump leaked it to Breitbart. I ask you one question. Who has a history of leaking documents to the media? Is it Donald Trump or is it the Department of Justice? You already know the answer. It's the Department of Justice. But that's fine. That's fine. Let's give you the benefit of the doubt and say Donald Trump leaked it. Why would he possibly leak it? Again, and especially, why would he leak the warrant if it said he had top secret documents that were there, even though he can declassify said documents? Why would he leak it? Does it benefit him at all to leak it? No, it doesn't. Like, if you actually think about it, it doesn't benefit him at all to leak it, because then it allows media to frame the bullshit narrative that they always do about everything. Like, and here's the thing. If mainstream media, if CNN or whatever, one of these news organizations came out yesterday and said, guess what? Donald Trump dined yesterday on babies, people would believe it and report it as truth, because that is the way people are. They're so focused on hatred. And that's what I'll call it. It's hatred. It's hatred for, it's a hatred for your country. You know, someone said next week it'll be like, oh, if he sells these nuclear secrets. For one, you don't even know if it's nuclear secrets. Again, so you're just making shit up. And two, why would one of the richest guys in America sell shit? Right? He's the president, or was the president of the United States. What benefit would he have to sell stuff when he's a billionaire? Like, again, people just don't realize. Like, common sense. It's like saying, oh, Donald Trump was responsible for the storming at the Capitol on January 6th. No, the fuck he wasn't. Could he have said things that were differently to make his opinion more stern? Yeah. And I don't fault the people on the left that watch this and aren't paying attention to what he actually said that day, because, well, I don't blame you. Media isn't telling you. They say that Donald Trump didn't say anything for 187 minutes. Guess what? That's false. That's false. They lied to you. He didn't say anything for 187 minutes that benefited them. So they lie, and they leave out the first tweet that he sent 14 minutes after they broke the windows. Or what was it? 11 minutes. Or no, it was before they broke the windows. Again, those are facts that you're not going to find out from mainstream media, because they make you question the narrative that they're trying to sell you. It's amazing, really. It's really quite amazing. You know, this information that's been released now about the warrant and whether the FBI agent, and it's weird, right? The FBI agent who signed the property receipt and presented the evidence for this search of Mar-a-Lago for these classified documents from the national whatever bullshit. He's a J6 investigator. He's assigned to investigate crimes and arrest people charged with violating U.S. code blah, blah, blah for the January 6th riots. Isn't that weird? How many agents are in the FBI? You would think that they wouldn't assign someone that was working on little January 6th crimes, right? And when I say little, like misdemeanor crimes, the one complaint that I saw that the affidavit that he filed against one of the J6ers was, I believe, for misdemeanor charges for parading at the Capitol, or parading, while congressional shit was in order. I forgot the actual charge. Misdemeanor. Why would that FBI agent be the one to sign the warrant? Especially a warrant that's in Florida. That was by a Florida magistrate judge, when this FBI agent's from the DCA field office. Doesn't that make you just question, doesn't it? And then the judge connection. Like, I know the world is outraged now because Brian Kilmeade on Tucker Carlson last night put a meme photo up. And even though he kind of, you could tell he wasn't really feeling that photo either when he was talking, but it had this judge, Reinhold or whatever his name is, and it was a heavily doctored photo with Maxwell, Epstein's wife, massaging his feet. Obviously, it was a doctored photo. We knew it was a doctored photo because the original photo, which was on his social media photo, was talking about football, and he had a thing of Cheez-Its or cookies or some shit like that in the picture. Everyone's outraged over that, and not the fact that this very same judge, the judge that signed the search warrant or authorized the search warrant, the magistrate judge, he recused himself from a trial less than 2 months ago involving Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton under the premise that he had a conflict of interest in that case. And people are like, oh, well, that doesn't matter. How does it not matter? How can he sign a warrant for a party of a case that he just recused himself, saying he had a conflict of interest? And then when you look into it, he clearly has a bias against Donald Trump. His social media posts say just that, saying that he's not even worthy to be at the feet of John Lewis or some shit like that. This same attorney, this same judge, the magistrate judge, was a U.S. attorney, and he quit his job in 2008. Why did he quit his job in 2008, mind you? Well, he left to go into a private practice. He was a U.S. attorney working on the Jeffrey Epstein child sex smuggling shit. And then you know what he did? He quit his job and he went and worked for Epstein. Yeah, representing Epstein's employees. He was actually named in lawsuits against Epstein by Epstein's victims. And this is the guy that's signing the warrant? That should make everyone question. You could say, well, oh, this is just really coincidental. Like, that's fine. But doesn't it make you question? Doesn't it make you say, like, that's weird? That's weird. You know, Trump's still an asshole. Like, everyone could still say that. You could still have that opinion. You're free to do that. It's weird. Someone said, cults are sad, especially when they don't know they're in a cult. See, but I don't believe that the left actually thinks they're in a cult. And see, I just flipped that around on you real quick, you lefty. Because I don't know if the left knows that they're in a cult. I think they actually, I almost said I think they think they're doing well and trying to help the country, but I don't actually believe that. No, I think the left is dead set on destroying our country. And I think a large majority of these rhinos and Republicans that are not doing their job either are equally doing it. There's a lot of fringe people on the left, and there's a shit ton of fringe people on the right as well. I'm done hiding that because everyone knows it's true. Everybody knows it's true. There's fringe groups all over the place, and it's sad. Someone said, you're trying to make an excuse for Trump committing espionage. No, I'm not, because actually there's no evidence that he did so. Because here's the thing. All right, let's talk culpability, right? Do you think the president of the United States packs the boxes that go to Mar-a-Lago? The answer is no. The GSA does it and did it. That's already known. We know that. Do you think the president of the United States or former president of the United States who runs $1 billion companies and galloping all over the country doing everything he does as a super rich dude, do you think he has time to go through boxes and sort to try to find little things? Nope. Probably wouldn't either, right? He probably wouldn't. He would tell some other staffer to do that. At worst case. But then you gotta think, if he didn't pack the boxes, that the federal government's never going to be able to prove that he even knew those documents were there. His statement, I'll give you this, lefty, crazy lefties. I will give you this. He released a statement today somewhere. I think he sent an email, the Save America email blast that comes out 15 million times a day. He released an email today that said, first off, they're all declassified. Like, if I was Trump's lawyer, I would have been, shut the front door. Like, don't say anything else. Plead the fifth, just like you did in New York with Letitia James. Plead the fifth. You know why? Because now they're going to be like, they weren't declassified. So, and if he says they're all declassified, then he had knowledge that these documents, apparently, that had to do with nuclear, nobody actually knows. See, I don't want to say apparently had anything to do with nuclear because nobody actually knows that. The only people that are reporting that are the Wall Street Journal, and they're reporting it from some whistleblower. And the New York Times didn't report it, but the New York Times got the drop, Maggie Heffernan or Hagerman, whatever her name is. She got the drop that this whole thing was happening and had a full-length article out within 20 minutes of Donald Trump saying, hey, we just got raided. It's weird, man. It's weird, but nobody knows. Somebody said it's frozen on Citizen Stringer, eh? I'm just checking real quick. Nope, it's live. It's you guys. Texas Gator. You got to get rid of that. You get rid of that phone. See, I almost said Obama phone, but I knew it would offend all the lefties that watch. Most of the lefties are gone right now. Someone said, so you want Trump to avoid consequences? No, actually, if Trump did something wrong, I believe that he should be held accountable just as everybody else. It's weird. But I don't think he did anything wrong in this case. I don't think Donald Trump, if he had documents that were not declassified, nope, it's live. I really don't think he would have known about it. Because he's, I mean, think about it. I get stacks of mail every day, right? I get stacks of mail every day. In those mail, and I don't get as much mail as him, but think about it. In the stacks of mail, because I own a bunch of businesses. So in the stacks of mail, there may be one like bill I have to pay. Luckily, I have everything on auto pay. But imagine if I didn't, right? In those stacks of bills, because typically they look a lot like this. I really don't think he would have. This is 2 days worth of mail right here. 2 days. It just comes and comes and comes. That's what happens when you own, several businesses. So what I typically do is I get the mail and I put it there, and then I choose a time every couple of days and I go through it. And I take the garbage shit that's out there. That camera shut off. I take all the garbage, junk mail out, and I throw it away. I take all the bank statements, I put them in a certain place. I put all the bills in a folder, and the folder's all dated, so I know what day I have to pay or verify that it's paid or whatever. That's what I do. 2 days. Now, what happens if I have 5,000 million times more mail than that? What happens at that point, right? Or let's say I don't even see the mail. That mail gets put in a box and goes to other people all the time. I take all the garbage, junk mail out, and throw it away. I take all the bank statements and put them in a certain place. I don't know. I know it's a interesting thing to think about. Oh, you know why? Sorry, you guys were all hearing double. I fixed it. But I don't know. It's interesting. Someone said Trump is the problem, not the FBI. How do you believe that? It doesn't even matter. People are just, and see, I don't even think people believe that. Like the people on TikTok that are saying that, I don't even think they believe that. I think what they do is they just have such hatred for Donald Trump and everything he stands for, their warped idea of what they stand for, that literally anything could be said and they will just automatically believe it. And to be honest, that's one of the saddest things I've heard. Because for people to blindly follow someone else, and I've said this about Trump supporters too, there are things he says that I'm just like, what the fuck, bro? Like, and I've said it all the time. I have never been Trump's biggest fan, ever. I've said that so many times. I'm not Trump's biggest fan. But if you took away all the stupid shit he says, you took away all the mean tweets, you took away all the reasons why he was not a robot, and you look at what he actually did when he was in office, tell me what he did wrong. Tell me what he did wrong. Tell me what policies he put into place that harmed you every day. Our economy was booming before COVID. Jobs were, plentiful. Gas was low. We got out of wars. What did he do wrong? Care about this country? It's just crazy. But someone said Trump raised deficit spending. Are you do you see what's going on right now in our country? He gave tax breaks to billionaires. So did your precious Democrats with their 1% excise tax. Come on. Everybody, people have to pay attention. They have to pay attention to what's going on. Everybody, and everyone's like, corporations need to be taxed. I explained this last night. Corporations are taxed. I own several companies. I pay more in taxes than I should for a small company. I pay a massive percent of the profit of this company and all the other companies, a massive percent. Because otherwise I'd be out driving a Lambo and buying, even my son today, he's like, Dad, do you just have a secret stockpile of cash around or something like that? And I'm like, I wish, kiddo. I wish, kiddo. But no. I had I have a decent 5-figure tax bill, and I just got readjusted or whatever. So now I owe an additional 4 figures to the IRS, that was to the state, not even the IRS. And you know what? I'll pay it. Because all you welfare people that are out there getting your free food and free lunch and all that shit, you need that tax dollars, you know? And I'll gladly pay it. I'll gladly support you. You know why? Because that's what Americans do. You know? There's so much division in this country all the time. It's so sad. Like, I had a whole different plan for this show, and then I just saw just a couple of comments on the old tiki-taki there. And people are just so blind to it. They don't care. They don't want to know what actually is going wrong in this country. They just don't. Do you know what I mean? Someone said, killed our trade and nuclear agreements, taxed the middle class to death. Are you See, their fucking minds are gone. Maybe there is no repairing this. Like, maybe there is no repairing this. Killed our nuclear agreements? What are you talking about? Because we wouldn't allow Iran to have nukes? Well, don't worry. Biden is reversing that. Like, you know, there probably won't be an Earth in like 5 years, right? I don't know. See, and here's the thing. Someone said, how the F is everyone bitching about Trump and praising Biden is beyond me. Are people actually, like, are real people actually praising Biden? Like, how can you do that? That guy got up the other day and said we had zero inflation, which is 100% false. We had a 0% increase month over month. We still had 8.5% inflation. And everyone's applauding it, being like, yes, oh, great job, Joey. We have the highest inflation since 1972 right now, 8.5%, or actually 1982, 8.5%. So by saying it didn't go up anymore, but it didn't go down, there's nothing to applaud there. There's nothing to applaud. I talked about this earlier this week. 36.2% is the increase that you pay for eggs. 26% is the increase you pay for milk. Isn't it weird that some of the largest increases are the things that the government subsidizes for people too? Eggs, milk, you know. Don't worry about baby formula. They screwed that pooch there. But you know how they didn't call out? Like, everyone talked about Abbott Labs, Abbott Nutrition, blah, blah, blah. No one actually called out the parent company, the ones that owns all that, the ones that shut down the manufacturing plants in Maine and fired all their employees. Nobody talks about the company that owns Abbott Labs. Why? Because they got a $3 billion COVID contract. Why do you think there's a baby food shortage? Because the United States government under the Biden administration gave them $3 billion to do COVID vaccines. And not a single news outlet actually reported that. We did, of course, but nobody else did. You know why? Because then we looked into their financing. Abbott Laboratories send so many people money. So across the board, they donated to Trump, they donated to Biden, they donated to McConnell, they donated to McCarthy, Pelosi, everybody. They just pepper everybody and all the super PAC money and everybody. That's what but nobody talks about that stuff. What about the supply chain crisis, right? Everyone was like, oh gosh, look at this inflation. Even mumbling Mitch McConnell. Remember him? No, he's still there, but remember him talking about inflation? We got to get inflation down. All these ocean liners are stuck at the ports of Oakland, or the ports of Long Beach. He doesn't tell anybody that his wife, Elaine Chao, is the daughter to the guy that started Nippon Ship Lines, one of the largest private NVOCCs, i.e. ship carriers, that has a direct route with 33 ships from Canada or from China all the way to the United States. It's a private company. You don't actually know how much they make, but they make a lot of money. Remember, it used to cost $5,000 or $6,000 to send a container from China to the port of Long Beach. You know what it is now? $25,000, $30,000, $40,000, plus all the wait times and all that stuff. But that's cool. We call out everybody. You know, I'm not a Republican. I am conservative in my values, but I'm certainly not a Republican. The Republicans don't give a shit about this country just as much as the left do. Everybody has their own ideologies, right? The left goes with their own radical progressive ideologies. The right goes with what they think is right, while sending all of our money, all of the country's money, my taxpayer dollars, your taxpayer dollars, to countries like Ukraine, when we have a border crisis here in the United States, where we have 108,000 people who die every year because of opioids and fentanyl getting, brought into the United States through the very same border that this government refuses to try to enforce. And then we got people on the far right that are like, kick them all out, kick all the illegal immigrants out, kick them all out, close it down, don't let anybody else in, which is just stupid. Why don't we actually make the barrier of entry into this country a lot easier? The first way you do that is by shutting everything down. Shut the border down and make it so it doesn't take 6 months and a shit ton of money to come into the United States. Novel concept. It's like super easy, but Republicans and Democrats, they can't work together because they're so fractured in their ideologies. I've said, I used to give the analogy, like if you imagine two roads, right? And the roads run parallel to each other, but every now and then they intersect, but then they straighten out and they're running parallel. If you imagine the politics, the right and left in that regard, so, the road on the right's the right and the road on the left is the left, right? Every now and then they clash, right? But they're still going in the same direction, which to each person is a more, strong America, a prosperous America we're happy to leave to our kids. The problem is that eventually they're going to cross, they're going to keep smashing into each other, and they're going to do that on a bridge. And then they're going to both rebound, they're going to go off the side of the bridge, and then, they never make it to their destination. That's kind of where we are right now. Where we're just about, like we made that extra hard hit, we're about going towards the end. Are we going to be able to corrective steer that bitch to go straight? Or are we done? Because I'm 100% frightened at what will happen if Donald Trump is arrested. Because for one, they can never prove culpability unless Donald Trump was sitting there saying, hey, yo, I got the nuclear codes, China, let's go. I need a new hotel over there. If that happened and they have him on audio tape or something saying something like that, then which it didn't happen. But if that did, then I'd be like, oh shit, like he's going to jail. You know what I'm saying? He's going to jail. But as of right now, they're trying to say he was in possession of classified documents that the FBI did not take when they were there in June. How does that make sense? Everyone wants to say, oh, he didn't allow them to have it. FBI was there in June. They took 10 boxes of material. They had all the other boxes of material confined to one room. They had questions about the security of that room, so they asked the Trump people to put another lock on the door. And then the FBI left. But everyone's like, oh, don't worry about it. The FBI is amazing. It's not like the FBI ever lies. It's not like the FBI ever cheats, or it's not like the FBI ever leaks anything. It's not like this, not like that. Come on, man. Everybody lies. Everybody cheats. And apparently right now in this culture, in this country, everybody leaks shit too. It's crazy. It truly is. It truly is. Someone said the safe was newer. It's not. These documents weren't even in the safe. They cracked open the safe. There was nothing in the safe. We already know that. The documents were in a basement room, in boxes that were marked by GSA. That's the craziest thing. Again, GSA is a government services organization or associate, whatever it is, agency that packaged all the stuff. Donald Trump didn't do it. Do you think he sat there supervising? I would like that to go in there. Actually, I didn't sound like him at all, but you know what I mean. He doesn't do that. But it's, and then, people, you have matter-of-fact users with numbers that don't even have real names that are saying Trump knew it was there. There's no evidence that Trump knew any of that was there. In fact, there's no evidence that the conversation, like any of the documents even pertain to nuclear shit. Nothing. Because remember at first, even 2 days ago, Attorney Garland, when was that? Yesterday? Garland got up and said this was only about the National Archives. The National Archives would not be worried about nuclear codes. That would be the National Security Administration and all that stuff. It wouldn't be the National Archives. The National Archives job is what they do is they take all the important paperwork from the president. The classified shit goes to one warehouse. The unclassified stuff goes to another warehouse until the president's, whatever building or museum or whatever the hell it is, like the one they're building in Chicago for Obama. And then it goes into that presidential library. There's the word I was looking for. That's where it goes. So Garland got up to the American public yesterday and lied to everybody. And nobody's paying attention to the fact that he said it had to do with the National Archives thing. No. It doesn't even matter. Everyone was playing that yesterday, but they didn't care. Now today it doesn't matter, and it's sad. It really is. It's sad. And people could champion lock him up and all that stuff. And I don't blame the people that don't like Donald Trump and think he's truly guilty for saying lock him up. Hell, everybody thought Hillary Clinton was guilty. She still is. Everybody was chanting lock her up. Donald Trump also made a lie there, or a false promise, let's call it that, during one of the debates saying, she's like, I'm so glad you're not president. And he'd be like, because you'd be in jail. Remember that? He didn't follow through with that. He became president. He didn't lock her up. And if you firmly believe that just Trump is so inherently evil that he did this, even if you can't base any of your information on facts, you just have that feeling that he's guilty, then fine. Say lock him up. So do it. Because that's your right. But it's also my right and my responsibility as a commentator to be like, hey. Like, here are the facts that you're missing. Here are the points that you're ignoring. Here are the actual details that would, it may not change your mind, but it's going to make you say, shit, maybe I overthunk that, right? It's like the whole losers and suckers. Remember all that shit? Remember that? Where he called our military losers and suckers? Everyone reported that. And they did it right during the election time. Donald Trump called the military losers and suckers, blah, blah, blah. Remember? 19 people that were with him that day, which was virtually everybody that he was with that day. Remember? 19 people, including all the people that he apparently said this thing in front of, all came public and said, nope, never happened. Remember that? Said it never happened. Did you see retractions? Did you see retractions in any of the newspapers? Or any of the commentators that talked about it? Nope, they just moved on to the next one. They didn't care. To them, it's just easier just to lie and then move on and not own up to it. Do you know how many retractions we've ever published on Citizen Stringer in 2 years since it's been up? Do you know how many? 0. You know why? Because we report the truth, so we never have to. We've had 2 fact checks by Facebook, right? 2. One was Lead Stories and one was some science group. We fought both of those fact checks and won. Why did we fight those fact checks? Because we always report the truth. One of the fact checks was like, hey, you quoted this person, and this person did say that, but they later, 2 days later, corrected what they said, and you didn't put that, so they put it as false information. And I said, well, if you look at the date, and here's the edit history of the story, we don't edit our stories. Here's the date. You either remove that fact check or we're suing you. And guess what they did? They removed it. Terry Morris said, just because you say it's the truth doesn't make it the truth. No, but what I do say is the truth. If I have an opinion or something, I preface it by an opinion. But all the facts that you're hearing, these are all verifiable. Just a tiny little bit of a Google search and it'll blow your mind. Like Google, as crazy as they are over there with censorship and all that stuff, it's a wealth of resources if you actually use it to try to be intelligent, right? You try to be like, you know what? I read a CNN article the other day that said something. I want to go look into that. Was that shit true? Was that real? And then you're going to be like, oh, wait, no, it's not. Does that change your opinion? No, it doesn't need to, I suppose. It's not supposed to, in fact. But I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird time we live in. And it's not going to get any different. This is just where we are. But someone said Facebook isn't research. Yeah, that's why I didn't say Facebook to go search. Facebook is certainly not research. Facebook actually deletes comments and censors people and kicks them off for saying facts. It's quite irresponsible, to be completely honest. But I don't know. It's very weird. It's a very odd thing. It's a very odd thing. Anyway, you know what else? So today something weird happened, right? And we'll talk about this. We give away TVs. In fact, today is one of our TV giveaway days, right? So we're giving away 2 TVs. We're giving away a 32-inch flat screen smart TV and a lifetime membership to Citizen Stringer. And that's if anybody makes a purchase anywhere on puretruthcoffee.com. Whether you buy your coffee, whether you buy a t-shirt, whether you donate a bag of the Firehouse blend to a fire station, whatever you choose to do, you'll be entered to win a TV, which we're going to give away Holy shit, it's already 8:40. I didn't realize it was that late. But we're going to give away a TV. Actually, we're giving away two. The second TV is you can, and this is a good one, right? This is really great. The second TV is a 55-inch flat screen smart TV plus lifetime membership to Citizen Stringer. The only thing you have to do for that one is go buy one of our mega boxes. Our mega boxes are full of patriotic, nonpartisan gear. If you notice, well, like the last box was full of Pure Truth's coffee clothing. Because here's the thing, the coffee brand isn't supposed to be political. It's hard not to, because this life, everything in life is political now. But Nanner said we don't want that. I don't know if you're talking about my stuff. I have no idea. But if you want a chance to win a 32-inch flat screen at the end of tonight's show, just go to puretruthcoffee.com and make a purchase. If you want to win a 55-inch flat screen TV at the end of tonight's show, go to puretruthcoffee.com, search for Mega in the search bar, and buy one of our mega boxes, which will ship August 25th. Tonight is the last day you can do those, and then go from there. Oh, Truth Social. Thank you for reminding me. I have a story to talk about Truth Social. But the reason I was segueing over to the conversation about the giveaways and shit that we're doing tonight is because I have a important thing to talk about. Oh, and by the way, we need to sell 5 of the mega boxes in order to give away a TV. Because otherwise, I think right now, that kind of walks back. No, fuck it. Because right now, we've only sold one of the mega boxes today because most of our viewers have already bought them. We've had a good couple of weeks. So right now, the person that bought the mega box, you may be getting a TV. And if you buy a mega box, you got essentially a 50% chance at winning as of right now because only one person bought a mega box. And if you've already bought one, we're doing 2. So I'll see your name and you'll get a whole new set of clothing. You won't have duplicate clothing or anything. Inside each mega box are 3 t-shirts, custom hoodie, all custom t-shirts, all designs that aren't available in our store, custom drinkware, stickers, patches, hats. Sometimes I throw in my book, Inside the Mind of Joseph Biden, with pages as blank as his promises, or as empty as his promises. Fuck, I fucked that one up. And all sorts of other stuff. But the reason I started even segueing to this conversation today is because we've given away 8 or 9 TVs in the past 3 weeks, right? So one of the TVs we gave away, a guy named Johnny won. Super nice guy, right? And he's not a long-time viewer. He's been watching for a while. But he ended up winning. He bought a Patriot or the Mega Box, and he won the TV that night. Or actually, it was Wednesday morning because I had internet problems Tuesday. So we did the giveaway the following morning at 10:30. He somehow got scammed. Somebody was impersonating me, right? And reached out to him with a fake account on YouTube. And again, I'm not on Telegram. And if you go to a YouTube account that's pretending to be me, look how long I've been doing this. I've got 70,000 followers on you or subscribers on YouTube. Plus I have, 800 and plus videos on YouTube. So clearly, if you go to an account and they have no videos and no subs, it's not a real account. But whatever, this guy fell for it. He went over to their Telegram channel where they had a big picture of me and they were using my name and all that stuff. And in broken English, they conned this guy not once but several times to pay him or for him to pay them to get the TV. Except they never sent him a TV and they stole his money. And he paid him with Venmo and shit. It's really stupid. So that part of the thing that I think is just incredibly, I don't know how he didn't pick it up quicker, is one, when you place an order with us, we have all your information. The reason why we contact you after if you win a TV is because we want to make sure the address that you order a coffee or a box or whatever is where you want the TV sent because the TV is freight. It's much bigger. Especially the 55ers. So we typically want to ask because sometimes people use like a post office box or something like that. We want to ask, and we always do ask where you want the TV mailed. Long story short, this guy, even though we had that information because he provided it when he bought the box, he provided them with all his information, including his age, his email, his address, his home address, his phone number, his email, everything, all his personal information. And then he proceeded, they conned him out of $207 pretending to be UPS. They had a telegram that said UPS telegram channel. Like it was another Telegram account. And they're like, oh, yes, thank you for choosing UPS. Why don't you send us a Telegram, a Venmo to, some Indian name. Like, and I mean, this dude got twice. And so that I guess brings you to the perfect segue of why it's important. One, I don't have Telegram. Two, we're never going to ask you for money when you want a TV, because, well, that kind of defeats the purpose of you winning the TV, doesn't it? If we try to charge you for the TV delivery, which is fucking stupid. And secondly, if anybody ever tries to contact you on social media and is like, hey, give us all your money, guess what? They're ripping you off. And what I suggest everybody is go to aura.com/citizen. Here is a quick commercial from one of our sponsors on the show. And if today isn't the day that at least Johnny goes and subs with this and uses our discount code, I don't know when would be. But listen to this. I think the audio should play. Just type in the chat. I am going to move the camera because I'm going to take a drink and stuff. But if it works on TikTok, one of you guys just write, hey, we can hear it. All right? But we'll be right back. All right, guys, let me tell you about a new sponsorship opportunity we have here at the Wake Up America podcast. This one's pretty amazing, to be honest, because we're a conservative news outlet. A lot of the things that we talk about sometimes are controversial. So for us getting big sponsors like this, it's pretty exciting, and sponsorships that we actually would recommend to people are pretty exciting too. 2021 has seen over 1 billion records get hacked from major social media sites, national grocery stores, cryptocurrency exchanges, pharmacies, and phone and internet providers, along with fast food, trucking companies, freight brokers, pretty much everyone. A lot of information has been out there. And if you're a user of any of these companies, there's a chance that your personal data has already been compromised. When your passwords leak online, you are at risk of credit card fraud or identity theft. And that could mean that your money could be at risk right now. What can you do to protect yourself? How can you keep up with every new leak? Because it seems like every day, even on our website, we're reporting about a new leak. Well, Aura is a new type of security service that helps protect your online accounts, internet connection, and devices with one simple subscription. So instead of having like an antivirus, a VPN, and a credit monitoring software to keep yourself safe online, Aura has put all of them into one product, which is pretty amazing, to be honest. They will alert you of potential fraud threats, like if someone is trying to open a bank account in your name or attempting to use your social security number. Their apps will also protect your devices from malware and encrypt your Wi-Fi connection so you could shop, bank, and stream online securely. With easy online dashboards and alerts sent straight to your phone, Aura keeps you in control and guides you through solving any issues that may arise. All plans come with a $1 million identity theft insurance to help recover eligible losses and experience US-based customer service that have your back. So if you want to secure your online presence from hackers, scammers, and nosy advertising companies, go to aura.com/citizen. And when you use that link, you'll get up to 40% off all your plans. And they have 3 different type of plans. They have a basic plan, like an intermediate plan, and then a family plan. So for under 40, I think it's under $40 a month, you can actually monitor up to 2 children and yourself and your spouse as well. So it's pretty awesome. Check them out, aura.com/citizen. That is Aura, AURA.com/citizen. I don't know what the hell. Whoa, that's loud. I don't know what the hell just happened, to be honest. I don't know. True said she ordered last night and wants to make sure she's in the drawing. Yes. Yeah. That wasn't important. Not when I'm doing a show. Yes, like I already said. Yeah, we just live in a crazy time. Did you quit dipping? Yeah, I quit when we moved to Florida, I think. Or right soon after when we moved to Florida. Because I was just like, this is crooked now because I fucked with it. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know. I don't even know how. I think I literally, I was so busy once we moved from Florida to Virginia. I just decided I didn't want to chew tobacco anymore. And so that's it. Yeah. And so now I vape. I mean, because for a while I started chewing tobacco because I was on the fire department. You couldn't smoke, right? So we were still allowed to chew. Actually, right after I left the fire department, they got rid of the chew. You couldn't have any tobacco products at all. So when I quit the fire department, obviously stress and all that stuff, I started smoking again. But then I was smoking and chewing. So like I wasn't smoking a lot, but I was chewing a lot. I was never chewing and smoking at the same time. That'd give you a heart attack. But I was, yeah. And then then I quit smoking and then was only chewing. And then I started vaping and then I wasn't. And then I was like, because I started vaping to try to get rid of the chew. And yeah, so I got rid of the chew, but now, I vape, which sucks. My kids are always like, Dad, why do you need that? And I'm like, I don't, shut up. But yeah. What was the code you used for your site? For what site? If you're talking about the Aura, so it's www.aura.com/citizen. I think that gives you I think it gives you 20 days free plus 40% off your monthly subscriptions. And you should. Like I use Aura. It's really cool. They send you bank notifications and all that stuff too. So like low balances or fraud charges on your card. It's pretty awesome. This camera shut off. Holy shit. This show really flew by, didn't it? I have a couple more things to do. Someone said, nope, to get discount, it was shared. Oh, yeah, there's no more shipping discount anymore. That was just yesterday. But yeah. Yeah, it was Sherry yesterday because they were annoying and she was annoying. But yep. Anyway, we got a couple more minutes. What I'm going to do is, because this was screwing up with the audio, I got to figure out why it's not working the way I want. But I'm going to end up ending this one on YouTube or on TikTok. And then I'm going to still be live on social media just for a little bit. I'm going to play a video here. I'm going to play a promo for BX Bullet's new show that's going to be airing on our network on Mondays and Wednesdays at 10:30 Eastern time. I'm going to play a promo for that. And then immediately following that promo, earlier today, I had a funny gym story. So I'm going to play that while I get everything all queued up. I'm going to give it like 10 minutes, guys. So you got like 10 minutes to get your orders in at puretruthcoffee.com if you want a chance to win a TV right now. If you want to win a TV, just get it right now. And we'll go from there. But I will see all the TikTok-a-roonies later. You can go watch the rest of the show on social media. YouTube, just look up Steve Oatley, my name. You'll find it there. Okay, bye. I don't know. Like, dude, I hate, like, half of the show is me arguing with them, but it's important to do it. I mean, we had hundreds of viewers on there, so it's important to do it. And then it's weird how they do it because I'll have 20 viewers and then like 300 and then like 70 and then 90 and then 170. And it's just, I don't understand how that works. I really don't. But anyway, here is the promo for BX Bullets show that's going to be on our network starting on Monday. She'll be airing live. It'll be Monday, at least an hour. She may continue on her social media channels, but she's also going to guest host a couple of nights with me going forward so we could try to boost up her social media channels as well. So I'm pretty excited about that because, it'll break the monotony of just you guys seeing my face every single day. You know what I'm saying? Again, if you want to win a chance to get a TV, go in right now, puretruthcoffee.com. If you want to win a 55-inch flat screen, order the Mega Box. Just search Mega and you'll find it, or April will put the link in there. Or if you just want the small 32-inch flat screen, just buy anything from the store. All right. I prefer you buy the Mega Box just to be, a little man-to-man conversation, man-to-woman, whatever. Okay, I'll see you in a minute.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but to be clear, you're saying the shooter was on the ground because we have gotten other reports that person was potentially on the rooftop.
False. And there is no question this was the only shooter, and he was on the ground. I don't know where they're getting this roof stuff. I don't know.
Illuminati trying to read my mind with an eagle eye.
An alpha type, when everyone believes.
Fuck a sugar, add crack, and
I'm wide awake.
Withholding information behind a major event can be dangerous for many reasons. I wouldn't want to release a deep dive that didn't have the most thorough, accurate account humanly possible.
By running toward gunfire.
Listen, I'm going to be really frank with you guys in my belief that there is always a cover-up. Always.
For more than 10 guns into that room by him to smell, smash it open, with that window open with a device he brought into the room.
No way.
Why wouldn't we be skeptical about literally every large-scale mass casualty event that law enforcement tries to cover up and make us forget about?
17 below the age of 10, a total of 25 below the age of 18.
I've tolerated the most inhumane torture in hopes that the FBI and CIA would come to my defense, but they have failed to come to my aid.
The killer's online footprint had been wiped off the internet.
So can I live? Or is my brother trying to gun me down? Scuffle a couple of rounds till we hear the thunder sound. No lightning, clash of the titans, and after the violence, a moment of silence.
What in the world was going on here?
I muted myself. That's BX Bullet's new show that's going to air Mondays and Wednesdays on Citizen Stringer TV. It's not going to be on social media, so you got to be a member. Well, it's not going to be on my social media. So you got to be a member on citizenstringer.tv. So go over there and sign up. She's great. She's actually been on our show a couple of times. I think that Kyle Rittenhouse verdict, she came on our show. She is, in addition to be a private investigator and everything else, she's a competitive shooter, firearms instructor, all sorts of other stuff, NRA certified, blah, blah, blah. So she knows her guns too. That's why there's usually guns in her background, I think. But that's going to be a new addition, so I'm happy about that, adding some more content to the network. So again, Monday, 10:30 Eastern time. She's late because she's down in wherever the hell she is, different time zone. So she'll be on. And like I said, she'll... maybe Monday I'll see if she can come on before I do it and just give like a little precursor for that episode. So that's going to be cool. And then we'll go from there. But earlier today, I made this video, right? Because I was live. Oh, BX Bullet TV is in the chat. Anyway, earlier today, I made this video. I was talking while they were counting all their votes and stuff about a gym experience that I had today. So tune into this. It's 7 minutes, and it's going to make you laugh. It's a good way to end the night before we do the giveaway. So, yeah, again, you got essentially 7 minutes to get over to puretruthcoffee.com. Buy a mega box if you want a chance to win a 55-inch flat screen in like 10 minutes. Or buy anything from the store if you want the chance to win a 32-inch flat screen Roku TV. All right, I'll be right back. So I'm in the gym. I'm just deadlifting, working up. I wasn't going heavy today, 515 for deadlifts, right? Because I remembered that I did chest the last time, so I had to do back today. And, it's going fine. It's going fine. You know, so I was repping it, felt strong. Can't use chalk in this gym. So I was about done at 515 pounds because it starts to slide in your hands a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So then I go over to do some lat pull downs, right? And so there's another guy working out right there. I go over to the lat pull down machine. I'm like, are you using this? And he's like, no, I got one more set over here. And then I'm going to come over here and use these ones. And that's how he sounded, except he had a high pitched voice. Say it like this, you know, and I'm not joking either. High pitched voice. And so then I was like, whatever. Guy's a little weird. All right. He was making some serious eye contact, which was kind of creeping me out a little bit. You know, to each their own. I know I'm a very attractive male, but I'm not interested in the same sex. Not even the least bit. Anyway. So I start doing lat pull downs, and I do them different than everybody else, right? So I do lat pull downs in rigid form. So I don't, like a lot of people, when they'll do lat pull downs, they'll pull down and they'll rock their whole body like that, like this. That's not how I do it, because I'm actually trying to work the lat and I don't care about core or none of that shit. So I lean back in a stationary position and I pull down with keeping my back pretty much perfectly straight, right? And I'm doing about $150, $160, still warming up, all right? And then I tell you what, I started smelling something fucking funky, bro. Like straight up, Chris. Yeah, I got it. Send me another email. Do it right now, Chris. Send me another. Sorry, this fucking echo. I don't know why it's doing that. It's really annoying. One of the things that I think is important, just to give a little disclaimer before I finish playing that, I have no idea why I was talking with a Southern accent. I think just because it was funny and I was like all worked up on pre-workout. But I was cracking up when I played this back later. I was listening to the Southern accent. I'm like, why did I do that? Anyway, here's the video. Email and I'll do it. Anyway, I started smelling something funky as shit. I couldn't figure out what it was. I kept going like this, like smelling my shirt. I'm like, is that me? Like that smells like straight up poo. I'm like, no, it's not me. But so I was like, that's weird, right? It smells like straight up shit, like in the gym. And I got to tell you, this new gym is very, very clean. Like one of the cleanest gyms I've ever been to. So I know it's not like a residual odor on a machine or whatever. And I look, and that guy that talks all high pitched with a Southern accent, right? So he's sitting there, and he's doing some cable fly lame ass shit, right? You know, some bodybuilder like cable flies, and I'm like, what does that smell? So I get up to walk around, and I think my face is now starting to show my expression because it was ruining my workout because I just smelled something awful, like horrible, like. Straight up, like someone died. like if you've ever smelt a dead person, this was pretty close. It was gross, right? And so I walk over to the other side. I walk back over. I do another one about 180 pounds for the lat pull down. And then I'm like, and I start fucking gagging in the gym. Like real bad, right? So I get up again and I'm like, what the fuck, man? And I walk back and again, I'm checking myself. I'm like, did I shit myself? Because, you know, it's never happened to me, but it's been known to happen to powerlifters when you're doing a heavy deadlift or something. You just let a little squirt go or something like that. So I'm like, did I shit myself? Like, what is this damn smell? Right? And then every time I'd walk away to the other side of the gym, I wouldn't smell it anymore. So I'm like, all right, it's this dude. So I'm like, all right, I'll just won't breathe. Have you ever played that trick where you're like, you try not to breathe because then you think you don't smell it, right? So I'm doing lat pull downs. At this point, it's my third set. So I'm actually in a working set now. So I'm at like 210, right? For the lat pull downs. And when you do 210, it's a lot of weight. So you start really having like exert, and I'm trying to not breathe. My face is turning purple and all that. So then I have to I'm into like rep 5 and I'm like I just couldn't hold in my breath anymore. And I'm all the way down at the bottom of it, and I just like breathe in like stupid. My brain is like, fuck you for doing this to me. And it like shut off my mouth and made me breathe through my nose. Like my brain did that. My brain was like, why are you working out? Stop working out, right? So I took, this very big, oh my God, I dropped the fucking weights. I turned to this dude and I'm like, you smell like shit. And I went home. I was so mad. I threw my water bottle across the gym and I was like, bro, and he's like, man, that ain't me. And I'm like, fuck you, it isn't. I just like left the gym and I go home and I'm like, and so the whole way out of the gym, I am straight up gagging because this smell is like stuck in my nose, right? There's nothing I can do to get it out. I'm blowing snot rockets on the gym floor. Not really. I was outside of the gym at that point because I didn't want to get in my car because my car was going to be 1,000,000 degrees because it's hot as shit. And I know that I'm like trying to breathe like this and not use my nose at all because I felt like that smell like wafted inside and was stuck in my sinuses. So it doesn't go away, right? And so I'm outside. Like I imagine what it looked like to this dude because I'm outside and I'm like dry heaving in the parking lot, sweating. My face is fucking like bloodshot. My eyes are watering because I'm dry heaving. And then I look at the window and the guy is sitting there inside the gym, like yelling at me through the window. Of course, he's not going to come out because I dwarf him. And at that point, I was already pissed. I would have, ruined him. He's like, that's not me. That's not me. You could tell that he was doing that inside. So I'm like, bro, and I went, I just flipped him off. I got into my car holding a middle finger, rolled down all the windows, drove down doing the middle finger at the, oh my God, it was so bad. And then I tell my wife and she's like, you overreacted. And I'm like, no, I didn't. It ruined my workout. That was, I tell you what, that dude had someone dead inside him. Like it wasn't it. And here's the thing. I don't know if he crapped himself or whatever. It literally smelled like a decaying corpse. That's what it smelled like. Didn't smell like poop or it literally smelled like his arm was rotting off of his body. It was the worst smell I've ever smelled. There was another guy that was working out by me when I was deadlifting. He was doing some lat shit. And then he ended up trying to go to the other side and he left. And he just like mid-workout was just like, fuck this. And he kind of threw the weights down. But I had headphones on listening to metal. I didn't pay attention. I thought it was weird that he put the weights down loud. And now that I think about it, he probably smelled that shit too. It was the grossest smell ever. But there's your gym story for the day. See, wasn't that nice? I thought, yeah, it was nice. A nice way to wrap up the day. And and Janine said, you ruined my dinner. I was having something now I'm done. Yeah, I'll tell you. It's still, like every now and then I'm and I just realize I think I'm scarred. Like that gym is always going to be that for me now. Good thing I'm opening my own. So that's good, right? Then I won't have to use any commercial gyms anymore because they're not built for powerlifters either. Like, you know, so when I have five, so I had 5 plates and then 2 10s on either side. So I had 10 45s, the bar, which is 45, and then 2 10s when I was deadlifting. I had to walk all around the freaking gym just to get them because they don't have enough weights. If I was ever trying to max out, they'd probably be out of weight, to be completely honest. But someone said, I thought you'd say at the end that you stepped in something and flipped the guy off for no reason. Yeah. I don't know what that was, but that was not normal. That was not normal. Derek said that's how you can make extra cash, powerlifting training. Yeah, it's kind of what my gym's going to be. So I'm in the process of actually getting my certification through USPA to be a fitness, well, they call it a power and strength coach, which is kind of easy because I've been a USPA member. That's the league I compete in. So when I went, well, it's USPA, but then I think they're the International Powerlifting Federation, which is international. That's when I went to Ireland and competed in the Worlds in 2019 for deadlift. That was part of the IPF. Yeah, it was the IPF Worlds. But again, I'm a drug-tested athlete, so I only compete in drug-tested ones because I think if I was to do, I'm already a big dude, so if I was to do roids, and with the anger issues that I have, it probably wouldn't be good. It wouldn't be good. All right, you guys ready to give away some TVs? You guys ready? All right, let's go over here. So the first one we're going to do is the 55er, okay? So because there's not as many. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Brad bought another one. Thank you, Brad. Just give it away if you want. Isn't it weird when part owners are buying boxes of their own merchandise? Isn't that goofy? But whatever. I appreciate it. We needed people to buy them. Shit. You know how much these damn TVs cost? So right now, you have a 1 in 5 chance. A 1 in 9 chance at winning. So, yeah, we're not making any money on these boxes, Brad. Not tonight. We're going to lose the money on the TV. But you know what? It's worth it just to give them away. So let me grab these names first. And we will do this 55er export orders. And then so the way this works is I put everyone's name. I do it by order numbers to make sure you have your order number handy. So I grab all the order numbers. Let me make sure there's no duplicates. Okay, there are none. So I grab all the order numbers and then I put them in this little nifty thing that April sent me called the Wheel of Names. Now this thing is pretty rad. So you can see the other night when we did it, we had a lot of, I don't know why I did that, but we had a lot of orders, as you can see here. But tonight we have 9. So you have a really good chance at winning. Everybody, like I wish I could do a drum roll or something. Do I have one? Nope. Nope. I don't. But
I will announce the name. Oh,
I can't hear myself, so I'm not going to do that. All right, ready? Here we go. Here we go. Oh, no one's going to be a winner. See, I should do that. I should be like, oh, so green one. You have a winner. There's nobody there. So close. Let me do another one. This happened once before. So let me do another one. Oh, you know what? I have that. Oh, wait. What? It's this one. Because we want to be able to hear when it spins. Ready? There we go. All right, let's see. No one's going to win again. Oh, how many times is this going to take? Oh, my goodness. All right, no winner again. So let's do it again until we get a winner. This is for the 55-inch flat screen. No one again? All right, hold on. We'll get it. All right, now we'll have a winner. Oh, 6594. Order number 6594. 6594. Who is that? Do not type in the chat that you won. Oh, that's awesome. Kathy. No, 6594. Yeah, Kathy. Or, yeah, Kathy. I think you go by Kathy. Do not type in the chat that you won, unless you want to say yay or something like that, if you want, because we have all the people that are crazy that are well, actually, Kathy, you've been around, so you can write whatever you want. But just don't fall for it, because I'm never going to ask you to send money, ever. But congratulations, Kathy, longtime viewer. And in fact, Kathy is one of the people that buys the most stuff ever in our store. She is one of the top purchasers in our store. So I'm happy that you are getting the free TV. I truly, truly am. Let me check the chat and see if you're in there. But someone said you need to spread the names out. I can't. And hopefully we have enough for all the other ones, because this smaller TV. So let me write down. April, can you send me a Slack message with, actually, you know what? Here, I'll do it. I'll send it to you. That way I remember. That is the actual name. See, I knew. That's how much I know this person. I knew the name they actually go by versus what their actual name is. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Kathy, there she is on Facebook. Congratulations. Lindsay said, my husband got me a box just because he heard you say TV giveaway. Well, there's another chance to win a box in the actual, or to win a TV in the boxes too. So you still have another chance. All right. You guys ready? Because here is the big one. This one's going to be a lot easier because I said I was doing yesterday and today. So there's going to be a lot of names. Hopefully everyone fits on that thing. They should. This is for a 32-inch flat screen Roku TV. Man, there's 39 of you. 39. Hopefully it fits in that. I don't know. I've never seen what it does if we can't fit all of them. There were 39 orders. And shout out to all the people that ordered the, oh, fuck. Now I got to take out all these extra name or extra number ones. There's not that many. It's because people gave tips, which I thank you for that. I found an easier way to do it too. 60, 58. All right. So did I get them all? Nope. I don't know why it does that. I bet some people. Oh, you know what? It does per item. Oh, okay. So I got to look at this better. I see what it does. That's tricky. So on the spreadsheet, when I export it, it does, like if you order multiple orders for the same order, it gives you another number. Right? Because I said there, how many did I say? 39. So let's see. Let's see how many this is right now. I don't think I deleted 10, which means there's still fucking duplicate numbers. Oh. All right, let's see. Copy, and then we'll go over here, wheel of names, and then we'll delete all of these. Whatever, this is enough. There's plenty of names. It's weird how it does this, though. Like, look at it now with all the order numbers in here. It's weird. I wish I could lower. Can I? It doesn't allow me to. All right, ready? Wait, no, this doesn't. Oh, shit. This is it. This is the person that's winning a 32-inch flat screen. Oh, 6581. 6581. Let's see who that is now, shall we? 6581. 65. I just burned out. You see? Like how, like, you just run out. Jamesy, buddy. James, you just won a TV, homie. Man, why is your name? Yeah, I think, are you the one on YouTube all the time? Or no, James, you're a Citizen Stringer guy, aren't you? Is that you? Are you a Citizen Stringer? Let me see. Wheel of Eaters, yeah. Ooh, that's what I should call it. Anyway, James W. I'm not saying your last name. James W. You just won a 32-inch flat screen TV. So let me go over here so I remember. You have a common name. So let me just do the order number. What was that order number? 6581. April, you can ignore these messages. I'm just using this as a notepad. All right. So Kathy and James, you won. I don't know. Oh, it's not James. Oh, it's not you. James on Citizen Stringer. I thought it was. It's a different James. Congratulations, James. LeBron James. You know. Someone said, how do I enter to try to win? I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm not putting out the next boxes until the end of next week. So the September boxes will not be available for purchase till the end of next week because I don't want people to wait forever for them. I'll do another TV giveaway, 32-inch flat screen for any purchases from this moment. I'm going to do it by the time from 9:23 p.m. until Monday night show. So anybody who makes a purchase in my store, puretruthcoffee.com, from now until Monday at 9 will be entered into a chance to win a 32-inch flat screen. Someone said the delay is real. Yeah, I don't know. There shouldn't be a delay. So that's on you. Someone said, ooh, I made one of those for what's for dinner. That's not a bad idea. But yeah. I like the raffles too, and I'll be honest, they are way better than using any sort of advertising because so many people are ordering, which is what we need. You know what I mean? It keeps us independent. Because to be honest, I don't even give a shit about YouTube or Facebook revenue or anything, you know, if you guys keep buying all the coffee. And I know part of it's I got to get the orders out quicker. You know, I can't show you, but I've got 80 pounds of coffee on the table right there. I've got another 150 pounds on the racks over there. And then in the front, I still have another, 100 or another 80 pounds up front. And then on Tuesday, I have 440 pounds of coffee coming. So yeah. And we are going to do individual pot bags. So essentially $2 or not $2. Yeah, right. 2 ounce bags. So it can make a pot of coffee. We'll be doing those with a brand new blend. It's a brand new blend. So I haven't decided what I'm calling that one yet. I'm not going to do it until I brew myself a pot and I taste it and I swish it around like wine. And then the first thing that comes to, the first thing that I think of is what that coffee is going to be called. So stay tuned for Tuesday for that one because we will have a new one and those will come in 2 ounce bags. So you can just buy 1 or you could buy 5 or you could buy 10 or you could buy 100. You know what I mean? We'll have them all. And then what we're going to start doing next month is that's what we're going to use for our Firehouse blends too. So starting next month, you're going to see a different option for the Firehouse because you could choose to do like a pound, which will be 8 of those little packages. That'll be 1 pound. Because essentially what I want to do is ship them to the Firehouse and they could be like, because, instead of portioning it all out, it's 2 ounces, boom, good to go. So, and it's a trial for our coffee venture that we're doing too. So I needed the packages and I don't like these packages and I haven't even got them yet. So I I'm like, we got to do foil packages. You know what I'm saying? Kathy, because you're watching, you want to do me a favor, shoot me over an email and verify the address that you want the TV to go to. And then if you do it right now, you'll get confirmation that the TV has been ordered. I'll reply back with you. But just send me an email with the confirmation that, or just what address you want the TV to go to. Same thing for you, James W., if you're watching. Otherwise, James W., I have your email, so I'll send you an email if I don't hear from you. Kathy, I know you're probably already on it. I want a TV. Send it to this address. But Kathy's awesome. So I appreciate all you guys. I'm going to fuck off. I'm tired. I ran out of steam. What the hell came out of this thing? Yeah, I'm tired. Oh, that's the TV. I was like, what the hell? You know what I never got is I never got paid for for all the books I sold on Amazon. That's kind of weird, huh? Never got paid for that. Where's my Amazon pay? Where's my Amazon pay? All right. Well, I'm out of here. I will see you. Someone said it continues shopping and I have a mega box in the shopping cart but cannot proceed. Am I being throttled on my cell? You have info. Can you order the mega box 2XL? No decaf, please let me know. No, Jim, you got to do it. I can't do that. You got to order it, unfortunately. And the reason is because, not to say you would, but yeah, whatever. You know why. You got to place that order, homie. All right, guys. Anyway, I'm going to, what time is it? You know what I don't like? 3 hours, $105. You better. I'm getting billed. Whatever. I get what. So we hired a development company, and this is why I don't like hiring outside people because I can't see their progress. So I hired a developer to build the back end for the coffee marketing platform, right? And so what they do is they log all their times on the timesheet, but what they're supposed to be doing is logging in through their computer, and the computer actually tracks all of their processes, like what they're doing. So I can verify that they're actually working. This guy is doing manual time, but he has a deadline or he doesn't get paid. So, whatever. If he doesn't deliver on that deadline, I'm not paying him. I gave him a very quick deadline because it's not that hard. I just don't have time to do it. But that's it. All right. I will see you guys tomorrow. Citizen Stringer Radio is going to play next, and I didn't update the playlist, so enjoy some country music. All right. 12 o'clock tomorrow, Pete Santilli is live on Citizen Stringer TV with a huge show tomorrow. So you don't want to miss it. 12 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow. All right. We'll see you later. Bye. Well, thank you for watching this episode of the Rational American Podcast. Have no worries, the show is not over. At this point, we head over to citizenstringer.tv. Nope, continue. Nope, we don't. Nope, the show is over. See you guys tomorrow. That was the wrong button.